So, ladies and gentlemen, here we are with another video on the High Octanes Obsessions YouTube channel. Another one in the series of the high octane gaming like the cool kids do. In that particular series or playlist, whatever you want to refer to it as, I posted a video earlier of my first ever time playing a cricket game that isn't just international cricket on the Nintendo Entertainment System. I went very poorly, so I'm going to have another go here, and I'm going to retell a story that I told earlier but didn't quite make the final cut on YouTube. The reason that in this very hot 40 plus degree weather here in Australia I'm wearing socks, as you can see, is my feet are very ugly and very dangerous, a little bit like me, and I could be imprisoned or otherwise the authorities take action because of the danger and the ugliness, a bit like me. Like, people have been hunting me down for years for being dangerous and ugly. But fun fact, international cricket, the original game, I used to play in 1996 when I was 8 years old in year 2 at Mullion Public School, Miss Heron's class. And the reason that's relevant to my ugly and dangerous feet is there was a kid and he was giving me a bit of grief, but he was a good kid. He was just cheeky 8-year-old as we all were, and was giving me some grief. I can't even remember what it was about, and I threatened to cut him with my toenail, and he thought this was a bizarre concept, and he said, you can't cut me with your toenail. I'm not saying that I shouldn't, but that I wouldn't be able to. So rather than whip my toe out on that particular day, I waited, bided my time, and I think it was a week or two later. This is the end of 96 going into Christmas, so summer here in Australia, and we went to the swimming pool with the school and we were dressed in our pyjamas. We were getting taught to swim in pyjamas, like in clothes, so we could get used to, if we ever fell into a waterway fully dressed, getting used to swimming in clothing rather than swimwear. And obviously at the swimming pool you have your shoes off. I think they did let us take our shoes off, but at least at certain points. And this same kid who was giving me a bit of grief the weeks earlier, he saw my toenail and the look of fear in his eyes. He was, your toenail is long like you said. You could do horrible damage with that. And he was quite scared and quite alarmed and a little bit grossed out. And it's kind of how people have looked at me ever since, well, all my life. And that's why I've pursued a career in pro wrestling. That's a story for another day. Well, it's not really a story for another day. I just told the story. Well, the story of the toenail, not the story of the pro wrestling, but that is kind of told throughout several of the videos elsewhere on this channel, like the 10 questions with High Octane and bits and pieces you'll see here and there on the channel. But let's start this Ashes Cricket 2009 on the PlayStation 3. Press the start button, as was tradition on the older consoles. Current PlayStation 5 I don't have, but the PlayStation 4, no start button. Let's see how we go. Play cricket. You know what's in the pavilion?
Hello and welcome to today's blockbuster between these two sides competing in this action-packed form of cricket. I can see the captains are waiting to toss the coin, so let's get...
I think I've forgotten to assign a controller, but I'm not sure how to do that here. Let's try it again.
Welcome viewers at home to this much anticipated match between two teams right on top of their game at the moment. There's plenty of cloud cover overhead. We'll have to see what the weather decides to bring us here today. I have Shane Warne alongside me.
Well, Jonathan, the pitch will be very fast with plenty of bounce, so the fast bowlers and wrist spinners should particularly enjoy bowling on it. There are also plenty of runs out here if a batsman can get himself in and accustomed to the pace. I would certainly fancy steaming in on this pitch, as it should be pretty lively. There's probably not going to be a lot of swing for the bowlers today, so they may need to rely more on good line and length.
Now let's go down to the pitch where the captains are in the middle and about to toss the coin. Looks like they're going to have a bowl. It'll be interesting to see if that was the right decision as the game progresses. Excitement's beginning to build as the start of play approaches. Nothing scored there. Very well timed. He used his feet superbly there.
That's really demoralising for the bowler, but he needs to bounce back quickly.
Picking up the singles is important, isn't it, Shane?
Picking up the singles is really important. You don't want a bowler to bowl to you ball after ball. You have to rotate the strike.
Thin edge. Let's look at that again. Big appeal. Not out.
Right out, you bastards.
Let's have a look at that in Hawke.
Bothering the umpire with your crappy little appeal. Wasn't out, you prick.
Confident appeal. And the umpire...
Ah, fuck my sister.
That was straight in front. No
Young David Warner is out.
We'll have a close look at that replay when he gets back into the pavilion.
You get me back for calling them bastards.
I'm sure the new batsman will look to play himself in.
Ricky Ponting.
They're appealing.
Ah, fuck my sister again.
Right in front.
Pretty bad. It was a bad call. Bad call by myself. Going for that big loft hit. Michael Clark. Actually went to school with him, Michael Clark. He's passed away. Rest in peace. Michael Clark. Oh, very bad.
And from another angle. Hat-trick delivery. That's the end of another over. No run taken off that ball. Let's take another look at that in replay. Serious pressure on the new man in there.
Oh, wait, not.
Let's take a look at Hawkeye. Nothing scored there. Umpire signalling a no ball. I wonder what Hawkeye made of that. No balls these days mean the batsman has a free hit. He can only be run out off this ball.
Oh.
He's keeping it very tight out there. Another over gone. The cookie to start a new over. Fine fielding. Oh, what's the umpire going to say about this one? That was straight in front, no doubt about that one. And from another angle.
LBW.
Let's take a look at Hawkeye.
Thwarted in my efforts to win this simulated sporting contest.
Real concentration required from the new batsman here.
This man's a real hussy.
Let's take another look at that in replay. Edged. There's a great deal of debate about who's the greatest fast bowler of all time, Shane, but if you could choose just one, who would it be?
Look, that's a tough question about who's the greatest fast bowler of all time. I think the two standouts are Curtly Ambrose and Glenn McGrath. Seeing what Glenn McGrath could do You know, in any situation, it's tough to go past him. But I think Curtly Ambrose just clips him. I think Curtly Ambrose had that extra gear. If he wanted to hit you in the head, he could. If he wanted to hit the stumps, he could. He was a pretty mean sort of guy. So really don't want to choose between those two. But if I have to, I'll probably just Curtly Ambrose, but only just.
Low run there, they simply can't get it away. It's in the air. Oh, he's dropped it. The fielding team may regret that. He's got him. Let's have a look at the action replay. Left hand, right hand combination.
I do hope very much. James hopes he does. And I hoped, and I did not get what I hoped for.
Maiden over for the bowler. Clean bowled.
Ah,
That really was.
I have relations with my sister.
New batsman at the crease now for Australia. Nothing scored there. I wonder what Hawkeye made of that. Made an over for the bowler.
With the end of the fielding restrictions, the captain should really be changing his field around now.
He's got the edge. Maiden over. And from another angle, let's take a look at Hawkeye. They're having a shout. He's gone.
Ah, thwarted again.
No arguments there. Let's have a look at the action replay. Into the tail now.
Brett Lee, the chucker. That's a controversial view, but my dad told me he's a chucker. My dad knows more than me about cricket.
Edge to slip. He really made a mess of the batsman's stumps. And from another angle, plenty of pressure on the new batsman now. I wonder what Hawkeye made of that. Out for naught, back to the dressing room and the coaching manual. Let's have a look at that again.
He's cruel, but not unjust.
That
5 runs off 8 overs, that's pretty bad.
Now it's up to the bowlers to see what they can do on this pitch.
spinner to bowl the first over. Oh, what's the umpire going to say about this one? Let's have a look. There's the signal. He's safe.
A pop bastard umpire.
Confident appeal. There's the signal. He's safe. What a beautiful stroke. That's 4 all the way.
Super shot. That was 4 runs as soon as he hit it.
Confident appeal. The umpire's signalling for the third umpire. Let's take another look at that in replay.
Let's see what the bunker has to say.
Did he ground his bat properly? That is important.
It does appear he did. I might be unlucky on this one. Outplayed and outthought. It's not uncommon for me, but it's not all the time that it happens.
There's the signal. He's safe. Lovely shot, right out of the meat of the bat.
What if they get 6? Does that mean more than
Only 4 more.
that we've lost?
Spot well there.
Surely that means we've lost,
That
doesn't
was
it?
a confident shot.
I have no idea.
It's all over.
That's it.
That's the end of the match, and the better team won today.
England won the match by 10 wickets. It's a pretty sound win. Well, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching another High Octane's Obsessions, High Octane Gaming like the cool kids do, YouTube video, as is the style of the time. And before we wrap up, I just want to remind everyone that Kara's Fight for Emma, Kara's annual pro wrestling show that fights tongue cancer, is coming your way. Saturday, October 31st. at the Cara Civic Centre. Buy your tickets now from the Cara Civic Centre box office or website. Remember, our previous two events sold out well beforehand. Last year's event having sold out 2 months ahead of time. So buy your tickets now to avoid disappointment, and I'll see you at the show.